7 years from now, 2 million families get the letter. Your home is due, all of it now.
Wait, that's not. Mortgages don't work like that.
They do when you sign the wrong one.
What are you talking about?
There's a clause buried deep. Most people never read it, never understood it. It doesn't activate until you've already decorated the nursery, until your kids have friends on the block.
Hold on. You're saying people lose homes they paid for perfectly?
Not can lose, are losing right now. Thousands discovered it in 2022 when rates spiked. Perfect credit, stable income, none of it mattered.
But if this is real, why isn't?
It has a name. Balloon loan. And banks don't advertise the part where it detonates.
Which part?
The part where the entire balance, everything you still owe, comes due on one specific date. A date set the moment you signed. A date that doesn't care if you can refinance, doesn't care if the market crashed.
So there's a timer running.
Always running, and when it hits zero, you have one choice. Pay $300,000 in cash, sell in a panic, or watch the foreclosure notice arrive.
Even if they never missed a payment.
Especially then, the system wasn't designed for them to win. It was designed to look safe at signing and become an execution chamber at maturity.
How is this legal?
Technically, they agreed to it. The clause is disclosed.
Disclosed isn't the same as explained.
And by the time they understand what they signed, the clock's already almost out. Let me show you the mechanics. Someone walks into a bank, traditional 30-year mortgage, $2,400 a month. Too high.
So they can't afford the house.
That's when the balloon appears. Same house, same loan, but the payment drops to $1,000.
That's massive savings.
Suddenly affordable. They qualify. Deal closes. Everyone celebrates.
Wait, where did that $550 go?
Nowhere. It was delayed. The lower payment only covers interest and a sliver of principal. The actual loan balance, untouched.
So they're not paying off anything.
After 5 years of payments, they still owe 95% of what they borrowed.
And then the balloon detonates.
The contract demands full payment, usually 5 to 7 years in. Could be $300,000, could be more.
No normal person has that sitting around.
Which is why the system assumes they'll refinance before the deadline.
And if they can't?
Forced sale, immediate, or foreclosure.
Even though they never missed a payment.
Even though they did exactly what the bank told them.
This is rigged. The buyer carries all the risk while the bank just collects.
That's the structure. If prices rise and rates stay low, the homeowner refinances. Bank originates another loan, more fees, more interest. The machine keeps running.
And if the market crashes?
Then they're trapped. Can't refinance because the home lost value or rates doubled. Can't pay the balloon, no cash, can't sell. Market's frozen.
Only option is foreclosure.
Exactly. And here's the systemic nightmare. These loans were packaged in bulk, sold in massive volumes during the 2000s, again in the late 2010s.
Meaning thousands of families hit their balloon dates simultaneously.
If economic conditions shift at the wrong moment, entire regions face foreclosure waves at once.
Which crashes prices even harder.
Feedback loop. Falling prices make refinancing impossible. That triggers more foreclosures. More foreclosures push prices lower.
People who thought they were building equity lose everything.
While the banks already collected years of interest and moved the risk off their books.
So the homeowner's holding the bomb, but the bank already evacuated.
That's not an accident. That's the design. 2006, balloon mortgages were 8% of all home loans. Then 2008 hit. Crisis, disaster, regulations.
So they disappeared.
2009, they were back. 12% in certain markets.
Wait, after the crash, they expanded this.
Especially in high-cost markets where buyers were desperate. Desperate to lower that monthly payment. Desperate to qualify for anything.
How many people?
Over 3.2 million active balloon mortgages right now.
3 million families on time bombs.
And a massive cluster of those loans mature between 2025 and 2028.
The balloons are coming due right now.
Exactly, and rates went from 3% to over 7% in 18 months. Refinancing became impossible for most borrowers.
They're trapped.
Completely. Original payment in aid to refinance today at 7%, $2,900 a month.
Most people can't absorb that.
And even if they could, they don't qualify anymore. Debt-to-income ratios tightened after the rate spike. You see it now.
The entire market is a lie. Everyone thinks housing is stable because foreclosure rates look fine. But there's a wave forming that nobody's counting yet.
It's already forming, just hasn't broken visibly. Homeowners are hoping rates drop before their deadline arrives.
But rates aren't dropping.
Not fast enough. The Fed's keeping them elevated to kill inflation.
So 3.2 million families are on a collision course.
And the banks know.
Then why isn't anyone?
Because acknowledging the scale triggers panic. If millions of homeowners suddenly realize they're months from losing everything, the selling pressure alone crashes the market.
So the strategy is silence? Let people discover it individually?
That's been the approach.
That's insane. People deserve to know.
Do they, or does warning them accelerate the crisis you're trying to prevent?
You can't actually believe it's better to let families walk into foreclosure than risk market panic.
I'm not saying that's right. I'm saying that's the logic institutions are using right now.
So we protect the system by sacrificing the people in it.
Not my position, their position.
Which institutions?
The ones that packaged these loans, sold them to investors, and moved the liability off their books years ago.
So they already got paid?
Multiple times. Origination fees, servicing fees, interest. By the time the balloon detonates, the original lender doesn't even own the loan anymore.
They have no incentive to help.
Zero. The risk was transferred, profit was captured, and the homeowners left holding a contract they never decoded.
Until it destroys them.
That day's arriving for thousands every month, right now.
And nobody's coming to save them.
Nobody with the power to change the outcome. Most people who hear this will do nothing.
What? If someone knows their mortgage has a balloon coming, they'd act instantly.
You'd think. But when the balloon's 3 years away, it feels abstract, distant. I'll handle it later.
Later becomes too late.
By the time urgency feels real, the refinance window closed, rates moved, home values shifted. The options that existed 2 years ago are gone.
So people procrastinate into foreclosure.
Into catastrophe. Because when the balloon hits and they can't pay, they're forced to sell at a loss. Often into a falling market where buyers vanished.
They lose the down payment, the equity, everything.
Correct, but families who understand this early, completely different outcome.
How?
They act before pressure arrives, refinance when rates are favorable, build equity aggressively, create multiple exit strategies.
So the difference isn't the loan. It's whether you understood what you signed.
2 families, identical balloon mortgages, same house, same payment, same deadline. One gets destroyed. The other refinances smoothly and builds wealth.
The only variable is awareness.
And timing. Knowing what's coming lets you act when conditions are still in your favor.
All right, stop. What do we actually do tomorrow morning?
If you have a balloon mortgage, first move, confirm your exact maturity date, not guessing. Pull the loan documents. Find the specific day the balance comes due.
Then what?
Calculate your actual timeline. If the balloon's more than 2 years out and rates are reasonable, start refinancing immediately.
Even if rates are higher than the original loan?
Yes. Waiting for rates to drop is a gamble you can't afford to lose. Lock certainty now instead of hoping for better conditions later.
What if they can't refinance?
Strategy shifts to aggressive principal reduction. Every extra dollar attacks the loan balance. Goal: shrink the balloon to something manageable or sellable.
And if neither works?
Controlled sale before the deadline. Sell on your timeline, not the bank's. At least you control the process.
So survivors are the ones who face reality early.
The ones who ignore it, delay it, hope it resolves itself, those are the ones who lose everything.
The gap between action and inaction is the gap between survival and collapse.
In this system, awareness isn't just power. It's the only protection that works. 3-step protocol. Execute immediately. Step 1. Obtain full loan documentation within 48 hours. Not the summary. Complete mortgage agreement, amortization schedule.
What are they looking for?
2 items. Loan maturity date. Whether the payment structure is fully amortizing. If the maturity date comes before the full term ends, you're holding a balloon.
Most people have no idea which they signed.
Which is why this step alone saves thousands from foreclosure. Step 2. If confirmed balloon, contact 3 lenders for refinancing quotes immediately.
Why 3?
Rates and standards vary dramatically. One declines you, another approves easily. You need options, not a single point of failure.
Step 3.
Create a hard deadline 6 months before your actual balloon date. That's your point of no return. If you haven't refinanced by then, you start preparing to sell.
6 months before.
Because if you wait until the actual deadline, you lose all leverage. Market knows you're desperate. Buyers lowball you. You accept whatever appears.
But listing early means you control the timeline.
You sell from strength, not panic.
So survival is just moving faster than the system expects.
The system relies on inertia, on people assuming it'll work out, on delays. The families who survive refuse to wait.
What happens to everyone else?
They'll learn the hard way. 2026 to 28, largest wave of balloon maturities since the mid-2000s.
How large?
Potentially 800,000 loans reaching balloon dates in that window. If 30% can't refinance, we're looking at 250 on foreclosures in a compressed time frame.
Which craters regional housing prices?
Already appear in Florida, Arizona, parts of Texas, markets where balloon loans were heavily pushed.
So this isn't future crisis. It's already moving.
Already in motion. Question is whether individual families recognize it in time to escape.
You can do everything right, pay on time, maintain the home, follow every rule, and still lose everything because of contract language you didn't understand.
That's the system. It's not changing.
Only defense is knowing exactly what you signed and acting before the deadline.
Before the countdown runs out.
If you're watching this and you have any doubt about your mortgage structure, check it tonight. Not next week. Tonight. Because the families who wait are the ones in foreclosure headlines next year.